settles for nothing less than careful scholarly study of whatever passage is under consideration. 8 words recorded in Philippians 4:8 come alive in precise understanding of their meaning. The practical implications of what it would mean to live in the wisdom of these 8 words are clearly brought out. And thanks to Jamie's sensitive awareness of both his desire and his struggle to practice what he preaches, the passionate heart of a true pastor can be felt in every chapter. I finished my reading of this book more aware that God is wonderfully helpful in ways that matter, that He is faithfully reliable, always committed to doing me good, and that He is unfailingly involved, leading me in His sometimes inscrutable fashion toward everything I was created to enjoy. My part is to think right, to think the way God wants me to think the way that will bring joy, deliver peace, and release me to love, no matter what is happening in my life. This book makes clear what it means to think right. After reading Jamie's words, I find myself thinking right more than before, more aligned with God's way of thinking. How joyful people think, thoughtfully read, can do the same for you. My friend's book is a clear commentary on Paul's words in Romans 12:2. Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Dr. Larry Crabb. Introduction. 2 psychologists from Cornell University conducted a fascinating study a few years back. They wanted to understand the role that perspective has in light of one's particular circumstances. To accomplish this, they studied Olympic medal winners, specifically the contrasting levels of satisfaction and happiness among gold, silver, and bronze winners. Measuring the athletes' facial expressions and body language immediately following their performance, as well as while receiving their medal, these psychologists used a scale of 1 to 10 to determine the athlete's happiness response, 1 being agony and 10 being ecstatic. The results were surprising, and the data was overwhelming. The third-place bronze medal winners were hands down quantifiably happier than the second-place silver medal winners. Analyzing video footage of the 1992 Summer Olympics in Spain, the psychologists found that immediately following the athletic competition and realizing the outcome, silver medalists scored an average of 4.8 on the happiness scale, and bronze medalists an average of 7.1. The researchers observed similar responses when these same athletes subsequently received their medals during the awards ceremony. What conclusions did they draw? First, and most obvious, third-place competitors were thrilled simply to have received a medal. They could have been a footnote to the event. Instead, they got to stand on one of the 3 steps at the end. The second-place finishers, however, focused solely on how close they came to being first. This difference in perspective framed their thinking and was the determining factor in the level of happiness they experienced. The psychologists performing this study would go on to call this phenomenon counterfactual thinking, the ability to think differently about a circumstance than the facts would appear to dictate. Or put even more plainly, the ability to have our thoughts make all the difference to our joy. Our thinking matters. I think there is something to all of this. Some people go through a nasty marital breakdown and remain bitter the rest of their lives, while others who experience a similar breakdown become more loving, compassionate, and forgiving. Some people experience a childhood rife with economic struggles and become miserly for the rest of their lives, while others experience the same and become grateful and generous with their current financial blessings. Some people respond to vocational disappointment, whether it is having to work in a job they hate or losing a job they love, by becoming perpetually grumpy and moody, while others in the same scenario rise above it and find joy. Why the difference? What is it that some people know or even do that others don't? How can some folks get a third-place medal and be happy, while others who compete in the same competition, perform better, and win a silver medal are much less happy? I submit